Hey, what's up, y'all? This is Rodney, and I'm back. And I wanted to come down here and talk about the Real Housewives of Potomac. We had a break last week because of Usher's concert. Okay, so we didn't have an episode llast week. I started watching Married to Medicine, and like the first 3 or 4 minutes, I was just like, girl, what is going on? It was giving boring to me. But I'm gonna go back because I'm sure it has some moments. Of course I'm gonna go back and we're gonna review the show. Oh, child, hey, girl, the girl, they must, the Potomac girls already know what I'm about to do when as soon as we get into this mess. I got a couple of wigs, girl. That's that Potomac spirit. Girl, they already know I'm about to tug on a couple of wigs in this video. They don't want me to say what needs to be said, okay? But I'm going to say it anyways. We're going to talk about Married to Medicine. I'm going to do the review next. There was a comment. Y'all know I love reading the comments. Thank y'all so much for watching my videos, supporting my channel. Thank you so much for leaving comments. I try to read as many as possible. There was one comment that I wanted to read that had to do with the last week's video. And it was basically, remember I was talking about, I read a comment from another subscriber talking about Candice and all that good stuff, right? Well, this is what this person had to say in response. And I was like, oh, this is a good comment to read. This is by Glenn Devo. Let me weigh in quickly about why Candice does not have the benefit of standing on business like Candice was able to seasons 1 through seasons 3. Because remember I was talking about how the comment read that Ashley, she didn't care about what the girls thought. Ashley, we already know, was a mess on wheels, and she didn't care if they liked her or not. She was gonna stand on business, right? So this comment is basically referring to the comment that I read. So again, let me weigh in quickly about why Candice does not have the benefit of standing on business like Ashley was able to seasons 1 through seasons 3. When Candice decided to give Ashley a taste of her own medicine in season 4, she was immediately forced to go on an apology tour in season 5 with clear plans to have Candice iced out being discussed. That never happened with Ashley. There was never a concerted attempt to ice her out, despite how much of a menace she was. When we discuss colorism, we are just not talking about how fans react. We're also talking about how the group places Candice and Wendy in positions where they are forced to try and fix relationships that do not serve them, because if they do not, then they will be voted off the island. Ashley's light skin privilege meant she could stand on business and be a mess without Big Sister Giselle and her sidekick Robin trying to put her back in her place. Candice joined the cast in season 3 and is constantly put in a position to fight for her spot in ways Ashley or even Karen never has to. I decidedly read Candice's wavering and willingness to work ish out with the girls in the context of power dynamics on the show, rather than pretending that they all started on equal footing. I said, "Ooh, that's a good comment." All right, y'all, let's go ahead and get into this mess and tug on a couple of wigs, okay? Hey! Hey, yeah. Y'all going to BravoCon next year? This year? I'm going to BravoCon this year. I'm making sure I take care of all my business, girl, beforehand, right? I'm going to set an alarm, right? The day that the tickets go on sale, so I can be in the building. All right, anyways. So Mia and Ashley. Ashley goes over to Mia's apartment. Come on, apartment. That's a nice apartment, though. I'm not going to lie. That's a very nice apartment. Oh, girl. What is going on? Girl, I'm telling y'all, they already know what's about to happen in this video. Okay, come on, come on, Potomac Spirit. So basically, long story short, Mia wants an update on Ashley's um, divorce from that man. Ashley's not getting a divorce because Ashley cannot afford that almost $3 million house. And if Ashley loses this job down to Potomac, just like a lot of the girls on these housewife shows, not all, but a lot, I believe that this is their bread and butter, which is fine. We all got a check. That's our bread and butter. But for those girls, we know that for a lot of them, that's their bread and their butter, right? Um, I just want to say that it's a possibility that Ashley has stuff going on that we just don't know about. I didn't know until BravoCon that Crystal from Real Housewives of Beverly Hills has the second largest coconut water company in the world, I believe. I think the world. I would have never known that, right? So Crystal got some business, okay? So maybe there's a possibility that Ashley has some business too, some businesses, and we just don't know about it because they say, when you promote yourself on the show, I guess Bravo takes a percentage. So maybe Ashley does have something going on. But I'm going to go on a limb and say that she don't, because if she did, she wouldn't be so stressed on having to stay with Michael, because she knows that if she cuts the cord with Michael, also Michael is going to cut that bank card. Ashley is crying in her confessional, talking about, she's thinking about the days when she was a child and how her mother basically was standing on a corner with their bags because her mama ain't have a pot to piss in or window to throw it out of. And so Ashley does not want to be put in that position where her and her kids don't have a place to stay. Let me tell you something. While Ashley cannot afford that almost $3 million house, Ashley wants to live like a rich white woman. Ashley, baby, you don't go get you a cute townhouse for them children and sit down and be still. If you don't go ask Robin, girl, what was the address to her old townhouse that started home? I can almost believe that even the house that Robin lives in now is probably not even $1 million house. Ashley, you need to start living within your means, so therefore you don't have to depend on that white man to help take care of you and your kids. Or if on Mad Day he gets upset and now you've been put in a position where, girl, you don't know if you're going to have a roof over you and your kids' heads. What did Fanny say the other day? A man is not a plan. Hey! And I think the sooner that a lot of y'all realize that a man is not a plan, y'all will be in better positions. A man is a companion. And if or when Mad Day come, you need to be able to pick your panties, bras, and toys, and diapers, and whatever else you need to pick up. And girl, you might have to change. You might have a change of lifestyle. But baby, I ain't gonna never go without a roof over my head. But again, Ashley does not have to worry about having a roof over her head. She got to worry about having that $3 million roof, because I think that house is $2.6 million. Did she say it was $2.6 million? Ashley's trying to stay in that $2.6 million house when she needs to be on somewhere in Maryland, girl, or Virginia, girl, and probably a 650, 650,000, 700,000 maybe, and gone by her business. I think it's kind of comical too that Ashley done talked all that mess about Candice. Remember how did the conversation go last year at the reunion? When she was trying to make it seem as though my children won't be 30 years old. Basically, I guess, living off of that, girl, your children are coming from generational wealth. Not only will your children benefit from generational wealth, which they should, but girl, you also 30 something years old, you can't afford a house by yourself. The difference between Candice and and Ashley is Candice was never gonna be homeless dealing with Miss Dorothy. Unless she just said, girl, pointed her the middle finger and went on about her business. You, my dear, are on the verge of being homeless if Michael decides to snatch that house from you. Anyways, Nneka, girl, here we go. Let me just say this. I don't know nobody on these shows. I don't know none of these girls. I don't have their telephone numbers. I don't email them. We don't have conversations online. Um, I don't know these women. I've never went to their cities and asked to meet up with them for lunch. Girl, I don't care if you don't like Wendy. Girl, that ain't my mama. That ain't my sister. That ain't my friend. I go up for Dr. Wendy, but I don't care if you don't. I think when it comes to Nneka and Wendy, there are two things that are going on. Either there's a group of people who just don't like Wendy and they don't care what Wendy has to say. They just don't like her. Cool. And then there are another group of people who, I guess it's the same thing, like they're choosing to be willfully ignorant. Like, there's no way. Let me say something. I don't have the range to speak on Osu, the Nigerian culture, Obu, whatever, whatever it is. There are too many people, and if you say you haven't seen it, I'm just gonna go out and say that you're lying. There are too many people online, whether it's Twitter, Instagram, saying the same thing about Nneka claiming that Wendy's mother is a witch, and also saying they understand exactly why Wendy does not want to fool with Nneka, because in their culture, that is a very serious accusation to make. And in some cases, it could have deadly consequences. We're gonna talk real plain and clear, so there's no room for interpretation. I think Nneka is a bona fide goddamn liar. I don't think for a second that Nneka, like she said, she's willing to put Miss Sharon submitted her name to a shrine to the point where it's affected her and her family. Girl, if you really thought that lady was a witch, you would not be willing to put whatever she did, submitting your name to a shrine where it's affected you and your family, to the side. You would also not be allowing the daughter of a witch in your new home while you're trying to have a baby. This is what I think happened. I think, just like Wendy and Nneka have both said, they've met each other in passing. Hey, girl. Hey. Oh, I'm Lebe's cousin-in-law. Oh, okay. Hey, girl. Nice to meet you. And they went on by their business. I think that Lebe and, of course, Ivy, which is Wendy's sister's name, Ivy, were best friends. We know this. They fell out. Girl! Girl. That's that. That's that Obu Osu spirit, honey. Anyway, so they fell out. Nneka wanted to be on the show. And if you heard the clip, Lebe said on the phone with Nneka, there was a possibility, there's a possibility there was some issue with you using her name. She thought it was possibly a clout chase. So Lebe, of course, says that Nneka used Wendy's name, of course, which means to get on the show. I think that once Lebe, or Lebe, whatever her name is, and Ivy fell out, Nneka thought that she could still use Wendy's name to get on the show. And Wendy said, I don't fool with none of y'all. My sister has fallen out with your cousin-in-law. No. And I'm going to say this before we even go further into it. Wendy don't owe Nneka shit. I want y'all to stop thinking that just because Nneka is Nigerian and Wendy is Nigerian, that means that she owes her something. If that's the case, then that's just like saying, girl, because you black and I'm black, you owe me something. Or because I'm black and he black, I owe him something. If you're no longer fooling with my sister, then I don't have nothing for nobody that deals with the person who my sister just fell out with. It's very 1, 2, 3. So I think that Wendy didn't want to fool with Nneka, or she didn't want to introduce Nneka to the show because, girl, my sister don't even fool with your sister your cousin like that. We not fooling with nobody that's connected to Lebe. Nneka, of course, is trying to use Wendy's name to get on the show, which is why we're on episode 13, and 95% of Nneka's conversations revolve around who class? Say it with me, Dr. Wendy. We're not going to sit here and play this game like every time Nneka doesn't open up her mouth, it's something to do with Dr. Wendy or Miss Sharon. So we know for a fact that Nneka has used Wendy's name to get on the show, and she's also using Dr. Wendy's name as a storyline. So now, Nneka finally makes it into the group. Wendy is upset. This is what I'm thinking. Wendy is upset because she knows that Nneka used her name to get on the show. Because Nneka already told us that she was, I guess, in contact with producers, or the producers were in contact with her. But the thing is, my dear, you didn't make the cut. And it doesn't take a rocket scientist to figure out that once you started mentioning Dr. Wendy's name, you finally got in the dough. So now, Nneka's finally in the door. Dr. Wendy is telling her mama, oh, that heifer, she finally got on the show. She used my name to get on the show. The people on the street say that Nneka was having conversations with the other Wendy revolving around Dr. Wendy. I can believe it because, again, based off of what we've seen Nneka present to us on the show, every conversation that she has, it's about Dr. Wendy or Miss Sharon. So, yes, I do believe that once she finally got in the door, she started using Dr. Wendy's name as conversation amongst the group. I also believe that when Miss Sharon called Lebe, I believe that Miss Sharon cussed Lebe out, and I also think she gave a little piece for Nneka too. That's what I believe. Now, the clips that they showed, or the conversations that they showed, Miss Sharon didn't admit to saying anything about Nneka, but I think Miss Sharon lying, basically. Okay? I think she gave a 2-for-1 special. I think she told Lebe, basically, you was a family friend, and whatever happened with you and Ivy, and also tell that cousin of yours, if she keep messing with my daughter, bringing my daughter name up, I got something for her ass too. I think that's how I don't think she cursed her out like boom, 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 shaka, shaka, boom, 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 thunderstorm, rainstorm on that hoe. Girl, give her a neck, give her a toe that's going out the side of her neck, and I hope her baby have five legs and a titty on their back, and a dick coming from their forehead. I don't think she did all that. But according to Nneka, she thinks that Wendy's mother is a witch, but she still want to hang around Wendy. I don't get it. I do get it. We know that Nneka is telling a goddamn lie. If you really thought this lady was a witch, you would not be so gun-ho on trying to mend a relationship with Wendy. If anything, you will be like, oh, girl, no, girl, I don't want, girl, no, I don't want nothing to do with her, girl. This thing is crazy boots, okay? So they sit down and have a conversation. I'm not gonna lie, Wendy pulled a fast one on Nneka. Nneka tried to bring up the crackhead comment that Wendy made. Wendy skirted right on around that. Wendy skirted right on around Nneka calling that lady a crackhead. Nneka, I guess, apologizes for calling. She apologized for calling her a bitch and calling Miss Sharon a witch. That witch comment is really bothering Dr. Wendy. It really, really is. Like that was, and that's how I know that that's some serious shit. And Nneka knows that. Nneka starts crying because at this point, I think Nneka realizes, oh, I effed up. You effed up. I think Nneka is a liar. I think they all lie. Okay. But in this situation, we talk about Nneka and Wendy. I think that Nneka is a bona fide liar. I don't think she thinks that Miss Sharon is a witch. I don't. And I don't think that Wendy owes that lady nothing. I don't. And I don't think that Wendy had to introduce her on the show. I don't. While it would have been nice, but you can't go the same way you. I think it's a little ironic that if I were to tell you that you owe somebody something that you really don't know, you would probably look at me crazy and say, "Bitch, I don't owe them nothing." That's the same for Dr. Wendy didn't owe Nneka nothing. Nigerians are not, especially when my sister just fell out with your cousin. I definitely don't owe you nothing. And no, I don't think that it has anything to do with Wendy wanting to be the only Nigerian on the show. Girl, I don't believe that. Anyways, girl, here we go, girl. I ain't even done. So I did a little digging. Well, I didn't really do no digging. I'm lying. I was reading the comments. The people say Chris actually work. They say that Candice and Chris are not putting out where he works because of what happened last year. And, he was very vocal about the place where he worked. And then, Giselle pulled the stunt and show that she pulled. And due to that, um, it affected him negatively with, personally and professionally. So the people say that Chris actually do work and that he is a man. He basically works, but they're putting on the camera as if the only thing he does is content, um, like a content creator for YouTube. I don't know if that's true or not about him working. So all I can do is go by what I see on the show. Girl, it's giving Chris is a bomb. It's giving Chris ain't got no job. And it's given that Candice is taking care of all them bills, okay? Because girl, we're gonna call her thing a thing. When Auntie Dottie, remember when Auntie Dottie and Candice was in that backyard a few episodes ago? I forgot the conversation, but Auntie Dottie basically insinuated that Chris ain't got no job. Hello, remember that? And then Candice was like, "How you think we pay for all? Basically, how you think we pay for all this, girl? You, hey." Because we're gonna call it a thing. Unless Chris got some back deals with YouTube, Chris ain't bringing that much money in on a YouTube channel. Hello, girl, let's look at his YouTube channel. Let's look, because I'm subscribed. Hold up, let me see. Let me see. Hopefully come out. Oh, girl, hold up. I don't know his YouTube channel name. Oh, here we go. See Bass with Deal. Okay, he got some more subscribers. He got 4,700. 4,700. We gonna say 4,700 because I don't know. I was about to try to say the full number. I don't know how many. I don't know the exact number. 4,700. It says 4.72. So 4,700 to. I mean 4,000. Wait, 4,720 something. We're just gonna say 4,700. He put out a video 10 days ago. That video got 167 views. The one before that, 2,400. The one before that, 402. So again, like unless Chris got some deal with YouTube, Google, girl, Chris ain't making no money on that from that YouTube. Now I do know he got his own spices and stuff. But Candice, girl, I know you ain't around voluntarily taking care of no goddamn man. Because what it sounds like to me is that Candice was huffing and puffing and hollering and screaming and crying about taking care of about Chris working too much, and now he's at the house and Candice is working too much. Girl, why y'all like taking care of niggas? I don't get it. I don't get it because if the niggas don't work, then y'all gonna be calling them sorry. When they work, now they working too much. And Candice got that. First of all, that purse, that handbag. Well, we don't call them purses. This is what this one gay boy told me. You don't call purses are what you get from Aldo and Target. A handbag is this. That's what this gay boy told me one time. He told me don't call. He told me don't call. I think I was talking about something like it was a designer. It was a designer purse or something. He was like purse. This is not a purse. This is a handbag. Purses are what you get from Target and Aldo. I said, oh, okay, girl. Get on my face. Anyway, um, oh yeah, that handbag that she had, that purse that she had, that purse was not on $2,395. That purse was every bit of $5,000. Hello, girl. They put $2,395 on the screen, but that purse is about $5,000, 5,500. Okay, that small purse. Okay. Um, but yeah, I just it's based off what Aunt Dottie said, and based off the fact that Chris gonna have a cocktail in the middle of the day. It's still giving like Chris ain't got no job. But the people say that Chris actually worked. He just not mentioning it on the show no more because of what happened last year. Oh, Candice has a bump, lymph nodes, right? That's how you say it. Um, right here. I know what Chris was trying to do, like basically trying to relax her. Candice get worked up, she started crying and stuff. So I understand what he was trying to do, but I'm with Candice. Like, I shouldn't have no bump right here on my titty. And I know they telling me that there ain't nothing going on right there, but I'm sorry, it's still a bump right here on my titty. And it shouldn't be there. It should be smooth. Okay? So I get that the doctor telling me that they ain't find nothing. But what I'm telling you is it shouldn't be no bump right here. Okay? Um, so yeah, she's kind of get worked up about that, and he's just basically trying to calm her down. Can I say something? I know this is a thing, and I clocked Candice a long time ago. Every time, I follow Candice on Instagram. Every time I see Candice stay at the Christian Dior store. Candice stay at Christian Dior. Hello? I'm just trying to figure out why did they feel the need? It's like the producers want us to know that it's like they want us to believe or the conversation to continue that these heifers ain't got no money. Girl, when they show that cash register screen and it says $68, $8.90. When I tell you, I almost ripped my TV off of the wall and threw it over the balcony. I was in mere disgust. There was no need for y'all to show us that Robin or whoever it was, I don't know who it was, had just spent $68.90. I'm disgusted thinking about it. I don't like it. I don't like it. I don't like it. I would rather y'all just not had even shown because that just didn't make no sense. I said, girl, what is going on? Not y'all. I said, oh, girl, no. Girl, not y'all thinking y'all doing something by showing us that they done spent $68.90 at the stove. Girl. I just don't get it. I just don't get it. We done had this conversation 1,000 times. We're gonna have it again. I think where the producers, Bravo, NBC Universal drops the ball with Potomac is that they don't force them to show any type of wealth or luxury because I think they think the girls can get away with just on their personality alone. You see what I'm saying? Like we're not going to focus on the wealth, the glamour, the fabulosity of it all because we think the girls can carry the show just based off of personality conflict alone. I really believe that's where that's why they don't force them to show or at least even try to give us a little 1-2. Ray was cheating on Karen at one point in a relationship. I know it. I know it. I know it ain't been recent. Ray can't even walk up the stairs. Okay, and we know Ray ain't get no erection. You know what I'm saying? Ain't nothing wrong with that because it's gonna be a time where I can't get one either. You know what I'm saying? It ain't now, okay. But it's gonna come a time where, girl, what the shout out to the diva. It's gonna come a time where I'm gonna be drinking Viagra smoothies too, okay, and popping pills, okay. Um, but Ray basically cheated on Karen, and because Karen, they say ignorance is bliss. Aaron said that he went. Karen said that he had went on a trip to the same place. I don't even know where they at. Where they at? They went on a trip. They went on a trip. They went on a trip. It's not Austin, so good. That's good. Um, was it Costa Rica? Was it Costa Rica or the Dominican Republic? It was somewhere. It wasn't Austin. Thank God. Okay. Um, but it's a place where a lot of their men travel to. I said, okay, girl. Um, but she said she called and the maid. She said a woman picked up the phone and then she said it was a maid. Okay, I could possibly see. Girl, I don't know. Do maid? Are they calling the rooms when they? Okay, for the people who work in housekeeping. Shout out to y'all. Y'all the real MVP. For those of you who work in housekeeping, do y'all pick up the phones when people call? Like if your boss needs to get in contact with you, like, girl, I'm about to hurry up and get up off of here because, girl, this is not working out the way it's supposed to work, girl. I told you, girl, this ain't nothing but the Potomac devil after me, not want me to finish this video. I'm sick of it. Anyways, I'm about to go back to my apartment. I'm just gonna do Married to Medicine on my couch. Anyways, Um, so yeah, do the housekeepers out there. Shout out to y'all. Do y'all bosses, do they call y'all? Do they call a room phone if they need to get in contact with y'all? I could see it. I don't think it's. I'll say this much. I don't think it's too far fetched. I could see them saying, "Oh, what rooms are you going to clean? Oh, I'm going to room 1012," and then they call the room. Like, hey, when you get done room with 1012, I need you to go up to 1953. I could see it, but don't they also have walkie talkies? I don't know, child. I don't know. I ain't never had no issues like that. Okay. Um, the room setup, girl, was a mess. Y'all know I just want y'all to start. I mean, I get it because it's happened on a lot of the shows where they don't have enough rooms. It happened on the reboot of New York. It happened on Miami. Like, can we just start getting a place where everybody can be accommodated? Like this. I would be like, I'm sorry. I would be like Karen. I would be like Karen, girl, no. I'm just gonna get my own room. I can hang out with, but the thing is, they want they. You see how Ashley was like. So you're gonna no. Honestly, I was leaving. I said when it's time for me to go to sleep, I'm going to my own space. I'll be here during the day, cause girl, we gotta work. But girl, when the camera's leaving, it's time to go to sleep. I'm going to my own room. I was with Karen. Karen is too old to be sharing a room with anybody. I'm sorry. Karen is 60 years old. Let me say something. If I have the money, I'm getting my own room. Period. That's just period. And if I'm gonna share a room, you need to let me know. I don't have an issue with sharing a room, believe it or not. You have to let me know. Don't surprise me when I get to where I'm going and you be like, oh girl, you're gonna be bunking with so and so. Because I'm gonna tell you, bitch, no, I'm not. Okay? I'm gonna do just what Karen did. Go get that white lady. Girl, here go my card, girl. Can you give me a room? Because I don't know what these hoes talking about. Ain't no problem. I still love y'all. I'm just not sharing no room. Tell me before I get to where I'm going, my destination, about the room setup. Because if I get there and it's a surprise, I'm gonna be upset in real life. In real life, I'm talking about in real life. Rodney, if we going somewhere and I gotta share a room and y'all don't tell me before I get there, and we pop up on a scene, I'm gonna be pissed. And I'm gonna really be pissed if it's somewhere I know I can't afford to get my own room. I'm gonna be pissed either way. I'm gonna be pissed because I gotta come off this extra money, and I'm gonna be pissed too, especially if it's a place where, girl, I can't afford my own room per night. So now I really gotta share this room. Anyways, girl, did y'all see what Candice? Let's say Candice is nosy as hell, girl. When Karen and Robin started getting into it, did y'all see when Candice came out that room and was looking around the corner? So she nosy. Anyways, girl, and then then Giselle did some grand dame. She gave Nneka the new title of the grand dame. Girl, I can't even give us a Nneka quiet as this cup because I don't know what Nneka got going on over in that house. Nneka say she bought a house in Potomac, but girl, I'm still trying to figure out what she got. All I'm saying is this: I'm not picking on Nneka, but Nneka, this is my thing. When y'all girls and boys start wanting to start flex y'all money, y'all better flex it, bitch. That's all I'm saying. I ain't got no money, okay? But the girls, when y'all start talking about I'm rich and I'm this, I'm that, bitch, you better show it. Because if you gonna brag about your coin, I feel like I'm yelling in y'all face. If you gonna brag about your coin and brag about what you got, then girl, you better start showing the girls and boys what you got. Nneka introduced herself on the show as a rich bitch whose father is a rich bitch, and her husband just bought her $2 million house. Remember she said that? Thank you for buying me a $2 million house. I said, girl. Anyway, um, And I don't see wealth at all coming from Nneka. You introduce yourself as a rich girl. No, you introduce yourself as a rich bitch. So I'm gonna need to see it. I'm gonna need to see this wealth you talking about. Because right now all I'm seeing is U-Haul boxes and girl beds with no mattresses. Did her bed have a mattress on it? And I'm seeing IKEA furniture. Ain't nothing wrong with IKEA. I was just looking on IKEA the other day, looking for some nightstands. Ain't nothing wrong with IKEA. But bitch, I'm not walking around here telling the girls I'm rich either. Okay? Ain't nothing wrong with IKEA. I think Cynthia Bailey got her stuff from IKEA. But Cynthia wasn't walking around here talking about, I'm just saying, if you gonna coin yourself the rich girl, you better show me you the rich girl. I wanna see it. Quiet as it's kept, they could really get rid of Giselle next year. They really could. I'm gonna tell you what they should do. I'm just gonna be honest with y'all. They can really get rid of Giselle and Ashley. Quiet as it's kept. They do need to break. They need to break that up. You know how like Lisa Rinna, they broke that. They broke that Fox 5 Force, whatever it was called. I think it had to do with Teddy. I think it was Teddy, Kyle, Erica, Lisa, who else, and Dorette. I think they called Fox Force 5, whatever. I think then Teddy got fired, and then Lisa, she got put on pause. She got fired too. Quiet as it's kept. Who's this calling me? Oh, child. And hold on. I'm wrapping up my video, okay? Just a minute. And then they should get rid of Giselle and bring back Monique. They can bring back Monique. I don't think Monique is entertaining as a housewife. Don't get it twisted. But y'all go up for Monique. I would bring back Monique just because y'all like Monique. And it will also be good to see how her and Candice kind of deal with each other. Get rid of Giselle. Bring on a new girl. Mia is actually doing a good job of keeping up organic. Shout out to Nene Leaks. Organic mess. Okay. So she could do, but that I don't want to see Mia in that man, that thirst bucket. That man already doing interviews with Carlos King, and I don't understand why. Girl, we just saw your face 2 days ago, and you already sitting down doing interviews. Girl, I'm over it. Anyways, I'm gone, y'all. I'll talk to y'all later. Y'all have a good day. Bye, y'all.